without these disciplines, you don't get results. And so many believers think just getting saved is some kind of magic thing, and everything that requires discipline is going to magically come into your life as a blessing. You got to work for many of the disciplines that guarantee blessings and outcomes, okay? Welcome to today's topic of emotional fitness. This is such a big topic for believers all around the world. And yet I have never heard a real teaching on how to mature emotionally, how to identify your feelings, how to communicate them properly, or even how to switch a feeling. Can you imagine the ability to switch a feeling? You're feeling really angry and you can go to calm. Well, all these are the topics in the emotional fitness book that we're offering today. Now, first, I want to talk about what does it really mean to be emotionally fit. That's not a term I grew up with. It's not a term you grew up with. None of us learned that term in high school. There was no class on emotional fitness. We didn't go to the emotional gym and work out. If you are spiritually fit, you know what that requires. You're praying regularly. You're worshiping regularly. You're serving somewhere. You're reading and incorporating the Word of God in your life. And of course, you're being part of a local church. Those disciplines bring you spiritual fitness. If you're physically fit, you're probably eating smart and not doing donuts and silly stuff like that. You're doing some kind of cardio, whether it's walking, running, swimming, something, or you're doing some kind of weight resistance and stretching, or one of those classes, that get you all sweaty. And hopefully you're getting enough sleep. But if you're doing those disciplines, you're called physically fit. Now, if you're financially fit, you have some disciplines too. You're earning resources in some way, creating wealth. You're tithing, of course, because without tithing, you're going to have God not really working with you. So you want to tithe for sure. Saving money, of course, and investing it, and living below your means. Those disciplines will make you financially fit, and maybe even wealthy. Now, when you look at these types of fitnesses, you can extrapolate a couple things. Fitness is a result. It's not a gift. We all have an equal playing field in a free society to be physically fit or not, financially fit or not, emotionally fit or not. We're not born genetically emotionally out of control. We can learn how to be emotionally fit. Fitness takes regular and known disciplines. That's point number 2. Because without these disciplines, you don't get results. And so many believers think just getting saved is some kind of magic thing, and everything that requires discipline is going to magically come into your life as a blessing. You got to work for many of the disciplines that guarantee blessings and outcomes, okay? Now, you have to keep these disciplines. Number 3, you have to keep these disciplines to keep your results. For example, I've done bodybuilding. I got all the way down to 10% body fat, and then I let it go. And let's just say my percentage went up because my disciplines changed, okay? There's been periods in people's lives where they've been wealthy, but they've spent it instead of saving and investing it, and they ended up being broke, okay? You have to maintain disciplines to have the results. Now, almost anyone can have these results if they embrace the disciplines. And I don't really hear enough in the Church of Christ about discipline. I remember when I was a believer, I read a great book called on discipline, and it really changed my life. And it really helped me to understand that the Christian life is a disciplined life. And we don't hear that. We're eating what we want, doing what we want, watching whatever we want on TV, okay? And we need to embrace disciplines in these various areas of our life if we're going to have the fitness. Now, if you're not having physical fitness or financial fitness or spiritual fitness or emotional fitness, this is not God withholding his blessing from you. He's not withholding something from you. This is his children withholding results from themselves. Now, the great thing about that is if I am the problem, I am the solution. And we're going to talk about that as we talk about emotional fitness. God has never forsaken the principle of the seed. If you plant an apple, you're probably going to get an apple tree. If you plant a pear seed, you're going to get a pear tree. Yet so many Christians want the results of a mature, disciplined life without the discipline. You know, when I go to the gym, the men and women who have six-pack abs, they've earned them, okay? It was not genetics. They eat well and they exercise well. The discipline is a seed, and it guarantees results. For example, if you stretch regularly, especially at my age, you know, I'm 60, if I stretch regularly, this discipline gives me greater flexibility, and it really, in a very short matter of time. If you practice a musical instrument at any age, you'll be able to be called a musician and be able to play and entertain and have fun with that. Now, if I never practice an instrument, I should not expect to be hired as a musician, no matter how saved I am. Okay, now let that sink into you. All right, disciplines, we all have some, and some have a discipline of poverty. They actually have a discipline of poverty. They live above their means. They don't save any money. They don't invest anything, okay? And these disciplines lead to poverty. Some have the discipline of obesity. They consume way more calories than they need. They eat late. They don't exercise. They really get unhealthy, and this can lead to lots of diseases. And it's not God's will, but it's a result of disciplines. See, disciplines work both ways.